Hi guys, it's Kelly Fusco here with Missing Stamps. Thank you so much for stopping by the YouTube channel today. For today's video, I was asked by my daughter to make a card for her friend, and I pulled out the Punny Farm pig stamp set from Missing Stamps. It's so cute, and it has such punny little sentiments that go along with, you know, the little pigs, and their images are just so cute, and they have these little ducks, and it's just a really cute stamp set. So to start off with, I just grabbed a few colors of E, and I just colored my pig. You know, I'm no colorist, but I just add color, a little bit of shading, nothing too fancy or crazy to get, you know, nuts about, but just to add some color, make it look cute. So I just colored my little guy. Look how cute he is with his little bum up in the air. I mean, you know, at this point when I was making the card, I really didn't know how the layout was going to be, but I knew I wanted to use the balloons, and I knew I wanted to use the pig floating in the air somehow, but I didn't know how. So for now, I knew I wanted to use these colors, and I die cut 4 balloons because chances are I'm going to screw one up. And wouldn't you know it, it happened. It's not that I screwed it up, it's that a marker blobbed out on me. So I guess it was over full or something, I don't know, but it came out too much on the pink balloon. So I had an extra one, and there you go. Anyway, so my colors are on the screen. I just added 3 colors, you know, a light, a medium, and a dark, nothing crazy. And this, see the pink one on the top left there? Yeah, it blobbed over the border, so it bothered me. I mean, I probably could have whited it out, but I just figured I had the extra die cut, so I went ahead and used that. Now I just grabbed a scallop stitch window die, and I die cut my opening, and then the background I used watercolor to make just a blue background. I could have used a light blue cardstock, but I don't know. I was gonna do ink splatters and I decided against it, so I just left it plain blue, and I figured this is gonna be my layout. But I wanted to add a little bit more to the card. I decided I wanted like a black stripe border. Now I have cardstock that's black striped, and I also have stamps that can do black, you know, stripes. But I figured, you know what, I wanted a little bit more of an organic feel. I wanted it a little bit more handmade looking. So I grabbed a Copic marker. Now typically Copics have a chisel nib and a brush nib, but mine, I changed it. So one has the brush and one has the fine nib. So I just went carefully. I used a piece of random cardstock, and I just used that as like a little ruler or a guide to make my lines. I could have used a ruler, but I just wanted to just do this real quick, nothing crazy, so I just went ahead and did that. You got to be careful with the edges of the cardstock with the nib. That's why I typically like to use the chisel nib. It's angled perfectly, but the brush nib worked just good. I was just careful. Now I trimmed my top panel down a little bit, and then I realized before I go adding everything together, I have to put my sentiment. Now looking back, I wish I would have went a little bit lower on the sentiment, because I didn't really leave much room for my little pig. You'll see what happens later on. But like I said, I really didn't know. I was it wasn't really planned out, and I didn't make a card ahead of time like a prototype. I just did this lot, you know, straight away on film, on camera rather. So again, all right, so here we go. I trimmed this guy down, and I glued it down to my card base. I trimmed it, I believe it's down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I put my blue panel on my stripe panel, and then I added foam tape to the back of my scalloped panel. Now I figured, okay, my little pig is going to be half up in the air, so I put foam tape on the back of his little butt there so he would lay flat, and that's where I wanted the balloons. I wanted the balloons high up, and I wanted more string showing, but then I realized my pig is covering my sentiment. So that's the only thing I wish I'd done differently here, was lower my sentiment down so my pig could be further down and have longer strings. But whatever, it's done. So I glued these guys down to the light blue and, you know, internal piece. And then everything, I adhered everything down together. Then I went ahead and grabbed Trinity Stamps Bubble Blowout. And these have nice like bubble gems with a little bit of iridescent shimmer, like shine to them. Little holographic thing going on. So I added those down, and I used my little pickup stick here. I really like this. It's nice. It has the nice point, and it picks up great. So I glued these down, and you know, again, I was thinking about adding some like white splatter in there, and I said, I'm just gonna leave it. You know, this is what happens. Sometimes I look at something too long, and then I overdo it, and then I regret it. So the only thing I did here, you're gonna see it, the pictures at the end, was I stamped out a couple hats, and I stamped, and I decided to go with googly eyes, because I thought it would make it a little more fun since it was a card for a child or a teen. And so I added my Google eyes and some shimmer to my balloons. And then you'll see here at the photo at the end, I stamped a couple hats and a cupcake, and I put it in the corners here. You'll see in a moment. I decided to add them because I thought it was maybe a little bit too plain, just to make it a little more fun. So I hope my daughter's friend likes it. It was so much fun to make, and that, you know, the pigs in this stamp set are just super cute. I mean, look at those ears. How cute are those little floppy ears? It's the cutest pig set ever. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you get a chance, please stop by the Miss Ink. It's called Miss Ink Pads. It's the Facebook group. And that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you haven't done so, please consider liking and subscribing. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.